Still in the green for the year. Is technology the safe place for investors? One entrepreneur on the cutting edge of tech working in the app economy is Ankur Jain, co-founder of Human and creator of a brand new app, Knock. Good to see you. Welcome.
Hey, good to see you, Maria.
Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us about your app.
So one of the things we've been looking at over the last few years is how does technology solve the problems we deal with every single day? And for some reason, no one's figured out the most basic of issues, which is every time you meet someone, you forget their name, and it's really painfully awkward to exchange information. So, like, you'll sit there in a conversation, we'll talk for 10 minutes, and then you'll realize, hey, this guy's kind of interesting. Let's exchange information. You've completely forgotten their name.
Right.
And everyone's got their little workarounds to figure this out. Sometimes you give them your phone, you're like, hey, like, you type it in. Or, like, how do you spell your name again? And
so it's
like,
an app about getting your contact info.
Yeah, it's how do you remember people's names, where you met, when you met, and then exchange information the way you want to.
How do you do it?
It's literally this simple. I would just say, hey, it was great to meet you guys, and I would knock on my phone twice. You guys would just knock on your phone twice. And it instantly remembers pictures, names, where we met, when we met. That's it.
Oh, my God.
But it has to constantly be running.
So it's actually, no, it's really cool. The way it works is the first person who opens the app is the only one who has to run it, and then everybody else works in the background. So instead of having the app running in the background all the time, it wakes up when I start it. That makes sense.
Okay.
Is it free?
It's free right now, and what's really exciting is the whole idea of connection without that commitment, right? So we can connect without you having to have my phone number. We can knock, you knock, and then I can go back and say, I'm going to give Maria my cell phone and my Snapchat and my Instagram. I'll send you guys my email on my Facebook and LinkedIn. And so it allows that kind of control over how you want to share what just by knocking on your phone twice.
So the other person has to opt in.
Yeah, so I knock twice, and then you have to decide if you want to knock back.
And Richard Branson and will.i.am are key backers of your company. How does it work in terms of the technology of it? I mean, you're knocking, and the information is just going into the phone?
So, yeah, it's actually quite cool. We're using these new Apple's new beacon technology, which allows us to basically exchange information without even having to take the phone out of your pocket. It uses some of that new Bluetooth mesh network stuff.
So do you want to try it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so what am I doing? I'm just knocking on my phone?
So you literally would just knock on your phone twice, and then I would just knock on my phone twice. And if you guys knocked on your phone twice, we'd instantly have a group.
If I had the app on it.
Right.
Now,
Okay.
Oh, I don't have the app on, so I'm
Oh, I thought you did. Once you bring me on, I've been playing with the app. We got to get you on this.
Here's the real question. What's the proper etiquette of not sending you the information? Because what if I don't want somebody? What if I didn't like them?
So that's the whole idea, right?
You have some guts and say, I just really don't care to ever be in
I'm
contact.
not
I'm not going to knock you back.
I mean, how do you get rid of all that awkwardness, right? Like, you're sitting here, and think about the first week of college, which is kind of what we're rolling out this week.
Yeah.
The first week of college, you're meeting hundreds of people whose names you barely know, and it's that awkward thing. You're like, hey, dude.
Yeah.
And, like, someone texts you, you don't have their name saved in your number, you have them as, like, blonde guy from this fraternity, right?
Right.
How do you actually solve that problem and remove that awkwardness of who you give your number to? Because the last thing you want is to have Maria give her phone number out the first week, and then the rest of the 4 years in college, everyone's hitting her up.
I love it.
So,
Ankur Jain, congrats.
Hey,
Good to
thanks
see
so
you.
much,
Thank
guys.
you so much. The company's Knock. Next hour, Murray.